Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and it's a slight breeze this morning already. Hopefully, we're not going to have a Saskatchewan, Wyoming wind as I'm trying to weld and weld some more. But this afternoon, when the staff has done her real job, we'll be working in the yard. So this morning, we woke up to +4 Celsius, but feels like +1. Yes! And then on the yo-yo scale, +39. But feels like +34. We got a 39 Chevy snow truck and a 39 Chevy. Yes, gin pull truck, water truck. Yes, the truck. All right, so I'm trying to hide out of the wind, so I'm over here by the shed, the steel shed right there. And today we have to move some of these collectibles. Yes, we'll be moving the black fleet here so we can get the screaming Ford out here. Yes. Oh, yes. Also, too, look at that. Ooh, can we see that? Look at that. I've been enjoying these and savoring those sweet but annoying candies. Yes, and that's how we seal the bag up. We use office supplies because we repurpose, recycle, reuse everything. We don't buy a bag clamp just to be used for a bag clamp. No, we watch the money, we spend it wisely. Yes, not on fruitless stuff. Oh, yes. All right, so these trucks are going to start, no problem. We're going to move them and move the screaming Ford. But we have to remember it's only one axle drive, so it's going to be fun today. We might have to give it a pull. Oh, well. But that'll be this afternoon's adventure after we weld and weld some more. I'm not sure about this wind. I might have to get a wind generator. I don't know. I know solar panels don't work up here. All right, so there we go. The sun's in my eyes. It's being blocked by the yard light now. So it's supposed to be a warm day today, but we'll have fun. All right, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, just about 11:30 in the kingdom, and it's freaking windy. If I didn't have this caboose here and being in the kingdom, we wouldn't be able to weld today, that's for sure. So we're down in here. I'm actually lucky because I'm welding inside the box here. So the wind isn't that bad. Like if these welds were up here, I would have problems. I'd have to put plywood up to block it. So we're booger welding in here and getting it done right. So we're burning the 7018 1/8 for around the base here. This is the wheel cover. So it's 3/8 and then I think it's 1/4 inch decking. So it's working out pretty good. Very pleased how the 7018 1/8 burned in here. Okay. We got it cranked right up and cut right in because you have the layers here, okay? So you see the layers? Okay. So now we're going to start the plasma cutter and go after this booger stuff and do some dress ups over here because I think that's where that cross member goes right there. I think that's where the mark is. Yep. So of course we have to introduce the ProPoint 38 Plus plasma cutter by Princess Auto. It's out enjoying the weather and the wind. It's unfrickin' real. All right, let's get back to work. If the boss wasn't such an asshole, we'd go do something else out of the wind. Okay, I'm a little ahead of schedule, but I got this side all welded in, and now we got these 3 braces we got to correct because when we were jacking and heaving and hoeing, this bent. So we're going to use the 20-ton hydraulic jack in the horizontal position. Horizontal, that's a big word. Yeah, bedroom. All right, so hopefully we can get this thing straightened out, and then after coffee I got to get on the loader and ride around on the loader to get things ready for when the staff arrives after her real job so we can have some fun in this freaking wind. Okay, 3 o'clock coffee, and we're just about done the deck on the underside. We could be flipping it over today, but I doubt it because it's too freaking windy. Unreal. So I took advantage of the wind and got out the die grinder, okay? The die grinder with the bit that throws the little burrs or the wind or those little chiplets everywhere. So the wind took care of that, and now these little thingies fit nicely in here. So that was nice on the back. I wasn't bending over to do it, and it worked out rather well. Let's go have a coffee, and then we got to get ready for the staff.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8 a.m. and I'm getting ready for work. As you can see, it is pretty sunny out here and already really warm. Now it's time to head inside, make breakfast, let the dogs back in, and get to work. 12:30 and I'm just finishing up lunch. I had leftovers from Sunday. I had a few pieces of ham left, so I made a nice hot ham sandwich with gravy and all the works. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. Sure is windy out here today, so recording in the kingdom after work will be fun. Just after 4 p.m. and I made home from work. It was a pretty good afternoon. I had high school art for my first period, and after recess I had land-based and math again, but we went down to the home ec room and made cookies for the bake sale this Saturday. Now it's time to do mail and go to the kingdom. 4:30 and I made it to the kingdom. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. Looks like he left me 2 little buckets here for me to fill with some more snow for him, so I'll do that when I head down to the shop. Down at the front gate now, my dad asked me to fill up the snow buckets for him. That way he can continue making some water. So I'll fill these up. Hopefully I can get enough snow in here, and then I'll head on back and see if we can get the Screaming Ford started to have some fun. 5 p.m. and I just got all the buckets filled up with snow. I parked over here on the bedrock because behind me you can see that it's kind of soft and wet, and I don't want to get stuck with my 2-wheel drive. So let's head up back into the kingdom and drop all these off. Got all the buckets with the snow put into the bathtub, that way they don't make a mess everywhere. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see if my dad's ready to get the Screaming Ford going. We are going to head over by the van trailers here, and there's a trailer in between that we are going to pull out because there's some stuff on it that we want to work on. Now he's going to turn it around and attempt to get in between the van trailer here and the hose shack, but he has to get under this wire right here, so I have to watch and make sure he doesn't hook it. This is the trailer we are hooking onto. It has no brakes, that's why the loader is behind it, is holding it into place. So once we hook it up to the Screaming Ford without any brakes, it's gonna try and roll back down the little hill, and we don't want that. So now I'll get a video of my dad backing up to the trailer. Got the trailer out no problem. That was pretty boring. I was expecting some drama and a lot of spinning with the Screaming Ford, but we were able to get it out. That one there goes onto the Screaming Ford, and then these will go on to the other trucks that my dad is working on. But for now, we're just going to leave it here, and then tomorrow we can use the green toy to pull everything off. 5:30, I'm officially done in the kingdom. Now I'll head on back into WHO-ville with my dog treats and do the weather. Just after 5:30, and I made home from the kingdom and put the quad away. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and do the weather close to 6 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's 13 degrees Celsius, which is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It is pretty nice out there today, but extra windy. That's why I'm standing in my doorway. That way you can actually hear me instead of just wind noise. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, 6:30, and I'm officially done on the ramp deck. Yes, we can flip it over. Yes, but tomorrow we're going to have the green toy out for lots of, how'd you say, lifting. So that worked out good. I stayed and worked late. I sat on my little stool. I started off on the step stool. Oh yeah, that's the drink of choice right now, fruit punch. And we won't disclose if there's titty vodka in there. Okay, but the weld's improved. Okay, so we're sitting on our cushion there, and we got it all welded up. We're using the strap there to tighten it in, plus we're using the hammer to beat on it. And we had 2 stuck rods right there, and I blame the wind. Yes, the wind, it's unreal. It never stops around here. Okay, the yard looks a little empty on this side here, so now I'll do the videos and explain the vehicles and what's going to happen tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow never comes. Okay, so it'll be Wednesday, the beer truck day. Okay, let's see if the fruit punch and the titty vodka can make me do this. All right, so I don't want to walk back and forth with the wind and everything. So this is the 38 Maple Leaf, and it's going to get the welding deck. We've had a test fit back in 2019. So here's the welding deck. Insert welding deck video here. Okay, this is the welding deck for the 38 Maple Leaf, which is in the shop. We did a test fit back in April or May of 2019, and we shortened the frame on the 38 Maple Leaf. Okay, so we think this was a deck truck. Okay, it had the gooseneck fitting and everything too, and it came from Saskatchewan. But the guy was nice enough to spray it with that box liner. Okay. Oh, can you feel that, Les Nessman? Yeah. So that's going to be great fun. So we're going to do some modification. It's a fairly new deck box or whatever, because it bolts onto a Chevy or something like that. See, the cross members hang down and everything. So we're going to have to make it bolt onto the 38 Maple Leaf. Yeah, truck that's 85 years old, I think it is. So we're going to have to do some welding modifications and make it look like the king of obsolete. Like we don't need a little basket up there or anything like that. We want to be able to pull the trailers, and we call it the welding deck because we think it's a welding deck because it had all this fancy stuff back here. And we got to make some changes. So we're going to load it on the 45 Chevy tomorrow to drive it around, because we can't go that way because somebody put everything in the road. All right, let's go on to the next item. Okay, 38 GMC, and it's getting that white service box. Insert the video of the white service box here. Okay, we acquired the white service box for the 38 GMC. Okay, so the box is a little short compared to the truck, so there'll be a little space right in here. Maybe we can put the welder, fuel tank, something like that. We'll figure it out. We can weld. This is a total aluminum box. Okay, it's in pretty good shape. It's a linesman's box or whatever, so those guys that play with the hydro wires and stuff like that. So we had it sitting on this deck for close to 4 years now, I think it is. Yeah, so I've set these beams under here. And then tomorrow, since there's no lift lugs at the top, we're going to back the green toy in right here. And we'll do some hooking up. And this thing, in theory, will slide on these boards and onto the 38 GMC. Yes, and then we can, how would you say, put the welder in. We have tools, and we can drive around the yard and fix items. Okay, the 45 Chevy's getting the ramp deck, and the ramp deck was a tilt deck for the Screaming Ford that clipped into the fifth wheel right here. That's why the greasy plate. Okay, but originally it was a log deck, right? So here's where we cut it, right here. Okay, so that's back is where, how would you say, we put the fifth wheel on. And then we put the ramp part on back there on that deck. So this is the original logging deck, which we put on the Screaming Ford here. Oh, there's wind. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, so this is what we did. I think it was 2003, 2004 when we did this log deck. And then we put the 30,000-pound wicked winch on the screaming Ford, and we kept adding boxes and boxes and everything like that because we're into the scrap metal. So this is the deck, and we've taken and shortened it because the sides here were totally smashed out because that's where the logs were, and it's probably in about here. That's how much we narrowed it down. Yeah, narrowed, that's a big word. But as you can see, the checker plate is all banged and wowed from being a log deck, so that worked out good. All right, let's continue our quest. Okay, I'm over here now. Hopefully the wind is to my back. Yes, we had the tire chains on the screaming Ford because we blew up the front rear end in 2020, towing that V8 Mack off the winter road. Yes, we blew it up, and then Johnny G came with me and Thor the plow truck, and we towed both units home. So we were quite amazed that we got out of that soft spot back over there. But this is all part of the great cleanup. We want to get back in there and clean that mess up, make it landscape smooth, and then we're going to put the van trailer number 1 there. So they're all consecutive numbers for my estate sale. We can't have 1 over here and 2 over there and 3 over here. So let's line them up accordingly. Yes, and there is no dry shaft on here because the front rear end is welded. Can you see that, Les Nessman? There's no dry shaft. Oh, we got enough talent here? Yeah. So we had a good day, a lucky day. And I credit the wind for blowing on the truck. I thought for sure we would have got stuck and the loader had to push us out, but that's no problem. I drove accordingly, but the fuel system is acting up on the truck. It wouldn't idle, so I think we got to change the fuel filters, probably for the first time in 6 years. We don't know. All right, let's go check on the flags. I think we're done for the day. Okay, we're a little short on this video, so we'll add something we did from the past. All right, it's called a rerun maybe. Okay, it was a beautiful day yesterday in the kingdom, and today we're hiding in the shop with the wood stove going because it's chilly willy outside. I re-welded the original, there's my finger, original front fender bracket. I made one, I copied it off of a 39. I made one out of a 39 bracket because they're a little smaller, but it all worked out good. I re-welded the stuff, no big wows. And then I made a beautiful mess of filling in the gas filler hole. But I'm learning to weld with gasless and learning to adjust everything on the MIGs because we've never really adjusted them in 20 years. We're not going to car shows because I wrote a book, Love is Trust, which is the hot rod series, and it tells how we got kind of chased away. So I've never been to a hot rod event in 35 years. So the thing is the truck has 3 layers of sheet metal. This layer here usually rusts out, which is normal. So we got the good material. On the back side's been all welded when the cab was on its back or upside down or wherever. And we're making these little L brackets to fit in here. So the little 3-in-1 brake is working out good. We have these ones all ready to go for tomorrow. So I drilled some holes in there so it'll all get welded up good. One reason why we had to wait till the cab was on the frame is because now we know it's straight. There's no sense welding it all together and find out the cab is crooked. I did that on the other truck. All right, I'm going to go drink some beer and relax. Talk to you later. Oh, it's a good day in the kingdom. It's coffee time in the afternoon, and we're welding these shiny plates here. That's my finger. I shoved it up from the backside. So this ties in all 3 sheets of flooring or back or whatever. So the cab will be nice and solid if I get hit by a train, like Grandpa did. And he survived. And the staff was uptown and seen this on the shelves. Wow, double shot. So we have to have that for sure. We don't support the company. I've never go in that cafe and drink or read my books or write my books. And over here, a fellow stopped by with broken pieces for his quad. So I weld for beer. So now I did all the welding, got everything all ready to go. Now I'm just waiting for him to show up with the beer. So then we can enjoy coffee. Okay, we're finishing out the day with the back of the cab welded. We're working on the rocker panels, which goes right here to seal off the door to keep the snow and everything from not coming out. Well, you got the corner of the cab all cut out, and I braced it in like this so I could, figure out what curve it needs to be. The beer showed up for the welding we did, and the 3-in-1 brake shear is working excellent. We are cutting and bending the rocker panels here, because these ones aren't very straight, so we're going to try and attempt to make some new ones. All right, that's enough for today. I'm going to go drink some beer. We'll talk to you later. Okay, 7 o'clock, the tools are put away, we're ready for tomorrow. Let's go make some hamburgers. We're gonna make, we got hamburger, we're gonna make meatloaf. Yes, like you're married, meatloaf. Potatoes and sidekick dish or side shit dish or whatever. Oh, well. Okay, look at the flags, they're having fun. And the flag of exercise in the middle. The Canadian one's all tangled up. That's why it's the flag of exercise. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video. Talk to you later.